Hey, what's happening, guys? Dan Darrow here with another Options to Play video update. Today, I want to talk about something that I've been noticing for a couple of weeks, maybe even like the last month. I've talked about it a bunch of times on the VTF, and it's just something that I don't know if it's maybe been happening this way because we're in such a strong trending tape, or maybe I mean this is just something that's like a new normal. Maybe like the way like the algos are programmed, right? Like I don't really know why this is playing out the way it has been, but it's just been really consistent, and it's kind of going on over and over and over and over again, and it's kind of really impacting what I'm watching, how I'm handling some of these catalyst trades, like how I handle like the aftermath of some of these catalyst trades, like earnings, events. All right. So I'm going to go over a few kind of quick just to show you what I mean. Dollar Tree, okay? Surprisingly bad report, right? They had a mixed quarter, and like the guidance was pretty bad. It was well underneath the street. The stock was actually up yesterday, so if I go to the daily charts, you can see kind of ran pretty aggressively into earnings. So expectations started to ratchet up, and then you get a surprisingly bad number, and then that's what leads to this type of reaction, right? The stock is just absolutely destroyed. And what you'll notice is that it's opened weak, remained weak, and is kind of continuing to be weak, right? So really no bounce, no material bounce. And it's just been kind of like grinding lower. Really not like much of like a buying interest, right? And this pattern has played out. I mean, we've seen a ton of stocks open down a bunch, not really bounce, and just start to like grind or drift lower into the closes. It just seems like people are just like dumping or pounding like the bids ahead of the close, right? So Dollar Tree, it's playing out today, and I guess this is why I wanted to like talk about it, just because like I'm seeing it play out over and over and over again. And so Dollar Tree, right? Okay, let me talk about one last week, PDD, right? So if I just go to the session reported, right, you'll see what I mean. Got absolutely destroyed off the open, right? A little bit of a bounce early, but then it was just down, just grind, gets pounded into the close, right? Really no bounce after like the first like 30 minutes of the day, right? And then what happens the next day? It bounces and basically doesn't go green or doesn't go red. So it one day, the day that reports or the day after reports, it basically can't bounce, and the next day it can't go red, right? So it's like one day it doesn't bounce, there's not a buyer in sight, and the next day there's not a seller in sight. I mean, the stock basically never went red during the session, right? Closed here, closed at 31.31, and like the low that day was 31.26. So it went red for maybe like less than a minute, right? And it didn't finish red. So basically not a seller in sight, right? Another example, Kohl's. So a little bit different, but still kind of like the same idea, right? Just open red, get pounded. This one actually opened lower because it got downgraded, but you can see it immediately reversed, and then it basically never really went red after that. I mean, this was maybe a little bit more unusual what I'm going to talk about, but you can see basically it opened and then just immediately reversed, and basically there wasn't any more selling interest after that. All right. Next one, Cisco. A couple weeks ago, right? I'll probably go to the daily for this. Let's see if it pulls it up. It's not pulling up my chart. Let's see if we can do this instead. There we go. There we go. Now we're in business. Perfect. So you can see, right? Stock got absolutely destroyed. Day of its report, right? You can see here, absolutely destroyed. Closed basically below 45. The next day opens higher, and really like doesn't go down, right? I mean, it's just kind of like the same pattern. You see what I'm doing here, right? So the stock basically gets pounded one day, down a ton, closes maybe not on the low, near the low, and the next day bounces and basically doesn't continue or doesn't go red, right? So Cisco, another example. Going back a little bit further, Under Armour, right? Stock gets destroyed, gets heavy all day. Maybe not closing on the exact low, but it closed down closer to the low of that session than the high of that session, right? Next day, what happens? Bounce, basically doesn't go red, right? Grubhub, right? Another one, right? Pounded, pounded, pounded. Next day, opens a little bit red, but then immediately reverses green, right? And then it basically doesn't go red after that. So you can see what I'm doing here, right? Like these stocks, for whatever reason, they get absolutely demolished one session, basically no buying interest in sight, and then the next day there's basically no selling interest in sight. So it's very important, especially right now. And I don't know if it's because it's like a strong trending tape, right? Like a strong trending tape higher, or if it's just like maybe like kind of like a new pattern that's just going to be there, maybe for like the foreseeable future. But stocks that get hit, I'm not really pressing like the downside scenario, looking for day two or day three, right? There have been cases like throughout the year where if the stock gets hit one day, maybe you're looking for follow through lower the next day, right? But right now, it's like you get the 1 day move, right? Maybe you can hold on for like the afternoon of that one session to see if it kind of keeps grinding lower. But after that, I'm looking to like take risk off and roll a lot sooner than I probably normally would have been, because you're really not getting that like 1, 2, 3 day move. It's more like 1 day down and then bounce, right? So you're not getting like the clean follow through after. So that's why I'm also not really like pressing some of these things immediately after like these big moves down, right? Things get hit, kind of letting them like settle, let like the ranges form, and then to see if they start to creep lower and start to like break like the lower support range, right? Instead of looking for like those fast momentum 1, 2, 3 day down, right? Versus like the upside, it's playing out a little bit different, I guess, because again we're in like a strong trending tape. You see like these names which have like a strong 1 day up, and then you're seeing the follow through, right? So yes, I mean again, the market may be playing into this, but again, you need to like kind of react to what the market's saying, right? And right now the market's saying that like if it's up, like strong day, close near the highs on positive news, then the odds are you could have like a better shot of getting some follow through, right? Splunk's a great example. If the stock has bad news, gets pounded, closes on the low, odds are it's not going to see follow through lower. So you want to be a little bit quicker to like cover like if you're long puts or long put spreads or whatever type of bearish strategy, you might want to be a little bit quicker to cover or roll risk lower. All right. So I know kind of like a long-winded video, but it's just I've seen it so many times, so many different stocks that it's more than just a coincidence. If it was like one or two, I'd say okay, just one or two random scenarios, maybe it's again just a coincidence. But like 4, 5, 6 like stocks that just keep doing it like the same type of pattern over and over again, then it's something I definitely need to be aware of. And I wanted to put it on your radar just in case like these are the types of stocks or types of patterns you're trading. This is what I'm seeing, and this is how I'm beginning to react to it. All right. So if you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'd love to hear from you. If you like this video and you're looking for more information on options trading or maybe like option trade ideas, please follow up with the link in the description for more information on options to play. All right. Have a fantastic night. If some of you are taking off early for the holiday, please enjoy the time with your family, with your friends. Safe travels if you are hitting the road. And again, just have a wonderful holiday. I will talk to you all tomorrow. So have a great night.